Hey, we are live. Hey everyone,
Hello.
Hey,
how's it going?
so good.
Good, good. Hey, welcome, folks out in Facebook land and YouTube land. I am John Lewis from the Warming House, and I am so happy to be here with Michael Beauchamp-Cohen and Letitia VanSant. We are uh, three songwriters, singer-songwriters, who two of whom are going to be performing here tonight. So very, very glad you're all here to join us. A couple quick words about the Warming House. For those of you who don't know about us, we are a small listening room in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Been in existence since mid 2016. Um, we have been closed down since March of 2020, like just about every other venue out there. And uh, uh, so have been doing a few online shows like this. We do these Monday night shows um, once a month, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. Um, we also have been doing an open mic once a month on Thursdays, some songwriter workshops on Thursdays as well. And we, for the city of Minneapolis, have been curating some Tuesday and Thursday noontime shows. You can check out all of that stuff on our website, which is thewarminghouse.org. And we've got a calendar there, and you can sign up to be part of some of the upcoming events and see what's going on. That's probably enough about the Warming House. Let me tell you, these Monday night shows have been great. This is going to be an in the round show where Michael and Letitia are going to trade off songs and a little bit of banter. And we do welcome any donations and tips you're able to give during the show. There's links in the comments for our PayPal and Venmo at the Warming House, and we split that. 80% of that goes to the artists and 20% to the Warming House. And with that, let me once again say welcome, Michael and Letitia.
Thanks.
Hey, yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, so glad to have you both here. Have the two of you ever shared a stage before?
No, but I've had the pleasure of seeing Michael play with Red Tail Ring, and I really love that band. So I'm very much looking forward to hearing him play solo tonight.
Thanks, Letitia. It's right back at you. I'm a fan already. I mean, Letitia and I have mutual friends where she lives in Baltimore there, and any friend of the duo, the Honey Dewdrops, is a dear friend of mine already.
They're good people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I know both of you played at the Warming House over the years, and I feel like maybe you both played at our showcases at some of the Folk Alliance or regional Folk Alliance events over the years too. Maybe does that sound familiar?
Who can remember?
Who can remember?
Probably like
all,
3 in the morning.
all the hotel rooms look alike, don't they?
Yeah, I've definitely played at the Warming House, and I just really I really appreciate how intentional you all are. It takes a lot of work to run a small listening room, and you all do it really well. And it seems like you're just trying to treat people the way that you would want to be treated as musicians, and it's a tall order. So I really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I got to say I miss it. I miss doing this stuff in the real world, but I don't know. It's looking like maybe summer things can be back, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, let's kick it off with some songs. Real quick, just so folks know, I think Michael and Letitia are each going to do 4 songs over the next 45 minutes or so, and we'll chat a little bit as well. And so Letitia is going to lead things off. So take it away, Letitia.
Okay. Thanks, John. And I guess I was just feeling this song. I haven't gotten the chance to play it in a while, and it's about being shy.
Always on the outside looking in, standing in the doorway wondering where to sit. I grab a drink, I check my phone, excuse myself to the hall alone. Why do I always wish I'd stayed at home in the middle of a crowded room? Always on the inside looking out, trapped inside a cage I made from all my doubts. Stunted words fall out my mouth, and I retreat back to the couch. I can't ever seem to figure out why did I have to say that? Well, they tell you when you're older you will have this figured out. Well, they tell you when you're older you will have this figured out. Always on the bottom looking up, dreaming of the day when I'll work up the guts. I know my truth, I know my worth, but that don't make it easier to walk into a room and act like I deserve a moment of your attention. Well, they tell you when you're older you will have this figured out. Well, they tell you when you're older you will have this figured out. Well, they tell you when you're older you will have this figured out.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. Love that song. Is that what record of yours is that from?
That's a new one. I haven't got a chance to record it yet.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fun to. I don't normally play solo, and so these ones where I'm playing solo, I can do whatever I want and try new stuff. So
Nice.
yeah.
Really nice.
Are you speaking of recording? Have you been doing a lot of writing, and are you looking at doing some recording soon, Letitia?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been keeping up writing. Although it's funny, I feel like it despite having more time, it's like I think sometimes the anxiety can like clog up the works a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm hoping to do an album with my. I normally play with a guy named David McKinley Ward, and we want to do a duo album. And I also have a country band, and hope to do one with them, and maybe someday with Laura too. We have a duo project, and so I'd love to get those in the works, but no concrete plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Michael, do you have one for us?
Sure. This is one that I wrote, I was living in Norway for a little bit a couple years ago, and I was living in a really rural town, and so I didn't have access to a car or anything like that, and I pretty much just walked everywhere and read a lot of books. It's kind of like a lot like the pandemic, but way more fun, just infinitely more fun. And I got to hang out in very close proximity with other human beings. So in that way, it was not like the pandemic at all, but the isolation, a little bit sometimes. It's called Last Night Forever. If I ever knew the words, they've escaped me, to a masterpiece of my own design, to pair this orphan melody with the sun that's breaking, to what my hands do naturally find. Last night I walked forever, just to sit next to you, to laugh among friends until we cried. We talked about Alberta and sprawling East Berlin, where you can see the TV tower for miles. Oh, silent, fearful goddess who lives inside my time, break the mold of what we are. Let's leave ourselves behind. Oh, gentle, patient weaver, spinning all these rhymes. Quit the chore of what we are. Let's leave ourselves behind. Here the trees are plenty and the houses few, both scattered careless on the hillside. Last night I talked forever, just to drink next to you. It's what my hands do easily find. Last night I walked forever, I'm a fool for you, and there ain't nothing I'd rather do. Oh, silent, fearful goddess who lives inside my time, break the mold of what we are. Let's leave ourselves behind. Oh, gentle, patient weaver, spinning all these rhymes. Quit the chore of what we are. Let's leave ourselves behind. Thanks.
That's
Nice
beautiful.
song.
That was really, really
Thanks.
nice.
Everything sound okay?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds really good. Yeah, and I could definitely see you like walking through that landscape in that space.
Cool. Yeah,
It's very cool.
very barren in a lot of ways, especially in winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a real winter feel for me. So really nice.
Thanks.
I can't remember. Did you say that it's a new one as well, or is that?
No, I lived. Yeah, that one's maybe about 3 years old, but I haven't recorded it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I've actually over the pandemic I've been recording solo, kind of just around, not in a particular studio, just because of all the restrictions. So I'm in. This is my studio right here.
Sure.
So yeah, it's pretty Spartan stuff, but it's fun.
Yeah. Do you have like a planned release coming, or are you just?
No, I don't make any plans until it's all done.
Yeah.
That is very wise. I feel like that's the whole like how to ruin your life is to set the release date before the record is done.
Well,
I've learned the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
absolutely. So, well, good stuff. So, Letitia, are you ready for another one, or you gonna?
Yeah,
change?
hang on. I've got my tricky headphone situation,
Okay.
so I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. Michael, have you done a few of these online things, or what's your?
Just Red Tail Ring did one
Okay.
back in March. She's back.
Back.
What'd you say?
John just asked me how many online concerts I've done, and I was giving him the full litany. Yeah, I've only done one. It's solo. I've only done one, so this is only my second. I kind of avoided them for a long time just because I wasn't feeling it. But I really like performing. It's even though this is obviously not the same thing. It's kind of scratches that itch a little bit. I don't know
Yeah.
how you feel about it, Letitia.
Yeah, I also kind of like laid low on them for a while because it was just I think I couldn't get used to the whole thing about like you're like watching a video of yourself while you're performing.
Right.
It's just super weird. I'm like, I can see my bangs. Or like yeah, there's just something weird about it. But I guess it's because I've like readjusted to the new reality and it started bringing me more joy. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
Well, first I want to give a shout out to my friend Alex Lacquement for lending me his guitar for this show so I don't have to retune. And he lives in like a little carriage house out back. He's the guy, he's the bass player for the Bumper Jacksons and for Charm City Junction, if anybody knows those bands.
Nice.
And this is one that it came from after being like 6 weeks into quarantine and realizing that I still was like nowhere near the bottom of my to-do lists like every day, and that I was just constantly frustrated with myself for like how little it felt like I could just never get done all the things that I wanted to get done, and just had a moment of reckoning that I was have been just holding myself to an impossible standard. So this is just about like that feeling of like fighting against myself, wanting to be better than I am.
You say come to bed, leave it for another time, like shards of glass on a kitchen floor for some bare feet to find.
This is too new. Yeah.
laundry left to mold. Overnight returned and open envelopes. Why can't I just do it? Why can't I just get it done? Each task added to the list, a battle to be won. I slowly shrank my world down to the things I can't control, but still thrashing at the center is my unruly soul. I am the storm, I'm the live wire. I am the arsonist fighting the fire. I am the blaze, I'm the wild horse. I am the river bending its course. Cleaning out my cluttered closet, stacked with beauty magazines, and my last pack of cigarettes you thought you hid from me. I have always wanted to be better than I am. I'm a stubborn architect of castles in the sand. I wish that a poet would make sense of me in prose, like a tangled knot of Christmas lights stretched out into a row. Which fights are worth fighting? Which white flag should I wave? Plead mercy from the firing squad, forever taking aim. I am the storm, I'm the live wire. I am the arsonist fighting the fire. I am the blaze, I'm the wild horse. I am the river bending its course.
Yeah. So nice.
Beautiful.
So nice.
I can't. That's what, I gotta remember to take
Yeah.
out the headphone because it's like singing underwater.
Oh, it sounded amazing.
Thank you.
So, thank you. Michael, do you want to jump into one?
Sure. I'll play one. I see my friend Chris Bathgate, my old friend from Ann Arbor, who's an amazing songwriter from Michigan, is on the stream here, and so I'll play one that I wrote kind of in response to a Chris Bathgate song. Chris has written so many amazing and beautiful songs, and he has a song called "The Last Parade on Ann Street," and both Chris and I lived on Ann Street at the same time in Ann Arbor, and we had a lot of wild times on Ann Street. So his song's pretty wild, and so mine's maybe not as wild as his, but I'd like to think mine's more heartbreaking, which is what really counts. Yeah. So I'll take off my headphones here. I met you when we were young. Chipped paint and worn out jeans. Slow cars going the wrong way down Ann Street. Blank pages and little rhymes, just a kissing away the times. Well, the paths all circle around me on Ann Street. Now I'm just another face in the crowd on your wedding day. Now I'm just another face in the crowd on your wedding day. Too much booze and worn out tapes. It's never too loud or late to scatter more broken glass down Ann Street, where the cracked porch singers swing. You're such a pretty thing. All those sundry days that we spent down on Ann Street. Now I'm just another face in the crowd on your wedding day. Now I'm just another face in the crowd on your wedding day. Well, loaded up with memories, I'm salted in the sea. I'm tired with a capital T, 'cause of the one who tattooed me. Well, and just another face. Well, I drove up from downstate today. Well, I drove a mighty long way just to see you shake from your hair the dust of Ann Street. The bride ushered down the aisle, the I-do's said with a smile, and then a snake with scales like a file then was Ann Street. Now I'm just another face in the crowd on your wedding day. Now I'm just another face in the crowd on your wedding day. We were just two young lovers living down Ann Street.
Oh, so nice.
So nice.
Oh, I love
Thanks.
that. Oh, there's so many great images in
Thanks,
that.
Letitia. I meant to mention before that your
I love
bangs
that.
were getting some love on the chat, just so you know.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned your bangs, and people were there to support you, that your bangs look amazing. Lest you had any doubt.
Great. Thanks, everybody. That's what I need. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. There was one time earlier this year, I was in Philadelphia and I came out of like the bathroom stall and there was this woman who was like, "Oh, honey, you gotta stop cutting your own bangs." That's exactly what I'm doing right now. And it's just a work in
It looks
progress,
great.
always.
And I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I cut my own hair. It's hard. It's really hard. Need like more eyes and like a third hand. It's really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like realizing that you live, it's like another dimension to be like looking in the mirror and I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot to engineer. It's a lot to ask.
You both have done a fabulous job from what I can see here. So
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I won't turn around. And we're good.
All right. Okay, I haven't made up my mind. I think I'm gonna play one called Tin Man. That's off of my most recent album. And
That's a good one.
thanks. Yeah, maybe I'll just launch into it. No
Excellent.
explanation. Yes. And I'm gonna take my headphones all the way out this time.
Bolt cutters, sledgehammer, or a battering ram, or maybe just a few quick turns from a bent up bobby pin. Tell me, darling, why don't you just let me in? Am I banging on the hollow chest of a man made of tin? There's an emptiness inside you, you don't even know it's there. It was left off the blueprints, like the crawl space under the stair. Well, everybody says that you're just the strong and silent type, but no one seems to understand that your pain becomes mine. Red blisters, a few splinters, and a blackened eye. You learned how to bite your lip, 'cause Daddy said boys don't cry. You tightened your grip and calloused up your hands, hoping once the work was done that he'd call you a man. You'd hang around the shop sometimes at the end of the long day, but he'd just lock away his tools. He never seemed to meet your gaze. The feeling he denied you, you still are pining for, but you don't seem to understand that his pain became yours. Even the Tin Man was searching for a heart. Whenever people ask you, you've always said you're fine, but you're the last one to know that you've been telling a lie. 'Cause when you're tossing in your sleep, I hear the loneliness inside, but you don't seem to understand that your pain becomes mine. The coffee on the countertop growing cold by my side.
Yeah.
Wow. Gorgeous. Great song.
Thank you.
Yeah, really beautiful stuff.
Wow. Great
What'd you
ending. I
say?
like that. I love that ending. The way it just comes out on that one line. I thought yeah, it just well done.
Thank you. Yeah, I wrote that from. There was a podcast called The Lonely American Man from NPR's The Hidden Brain, and it was just about how little permission our culture gives to men to like be vulnerable, and that's such a key part of being able to connect with other people. And yeah, I guess it's just something that I hear in people who are in relationships with guys who are struggling to make that connection.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, it's so true. I guess we can be real angry, but we can't be like anything else. You know? Yeah.
Except in country music. It does
Yeah.
afford some, you know, you can get a little sappy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Podcasts can be good material for writing. I've written a song or two from Moth stories. I don't know if you guys listen to the Moth, but it's like a lot of human things happening in the Moth.
Yeah.
The thing I love about the Moth is just the wealth of accents. That's the thing that always kills me about the Moth. So many accents, and I'm down. Really cool.
I like it.
Well, I'll play one that's about a walk in the woods, and I was thinking about playing another one that I tried my last live stream, but I messed it up then, and I'm just gonna mess it up again. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do this one, which I know so much better. So this one's called the Kingdom Fair. All right. Far in from the shoreline is a thorny winding trail where the shadows are twice shaded and the light is small and frail. That's where I found a wooded kingdom 'neath the veil, just hiding there, a kingdom fair. I called, come out, you woodland prophets, you fables of every bough, oh scavengers of silence, will you deign to climb on down? 'Cause I am just a wanderer and no danger to you now. Lying down on holy ground. I lay down my faded fortune and the heartaches that I bought, and quit humming that silent show tune saying trouble's all I've got. 'Cause I've found a place that don't mind what I'm
Man, thank you. I can't wait to hear your solo album.
Oh, thanks,
whenever you do
Letitia.
that.
Thanks. That means a
Yeah.
lot coming from you. Thank you.
Oh man, it's so beautiful. And you just you really nailed like the quiet vibrato thing.
Oh yeah, actually, it's the other way around. I had to tame that.
Oh.
It was in me, and then around like 10 or 12 years ago, I was like, oh, I need to learn how to control it. Otherwise, I couldn't sing with anybody else. I couldn't like blend. You know what I mean?
Oh, huh.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's one of those things that's become I think it's changed in people's like preferred singing styles now.
Huh.
Like I feel like singers of the past had a lot more I'm speaking in such big generalizations. It's not really possible to like.
No, it's a really interesting
Yeah.
thought to think about. I mean, certainly there's like kind of longer movements toward certain phrasing, or you know what I mean, certain ways of pronouncing things, even
Yeah.
even like kind of accents, people pretending they're British or whatever, stuff like that. It's an
Yeah,
interesting
totally.
thought. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, yeah, amazing stuff. So when you're working on the songs you're recording now, are you playing multi instruments like on your own songs, or are you?
Yeah, I think in the end it'll probably have some of that, but I mostly try to stick to what I know, which isn't that much. So I try to streamline it, and yeah, it'll probably have some bass and maybe a little percussion. Definitely some second singing, because harmony singing is one of my favorite things
Sure.
to have in lyrical music. So it'll definitely have lots of singing on it. But I'm a big fan of really stripped down records, which is really handy for me during the pandemic, because
Yeah.
really, yeah.
Absolutely.
My big band record has really been shelved here. Just the horns and stuff. I'm not gonna
You
work
got
out.
18 band members living in a bubble for
Yeah.
yeah.
I played in a lot of ska bands in college, and I'm really glad that I don't anymore for many reasons.
Excellent. Well, Letitia, I think we're on your last song of the night, aren't we?
Yeah.
Man, that flew by. That flew by.
It
Gee.
flies by. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this has been fun.
Really has. Thanks so
Yeah.
much again to both of you for being here, and yeah, for the audience out there, which is still, we've got a good crowd out there. Thanks everyone for being here, and thanks. I know a lot of you have donated or tipped already, and thank you so much for doing
Yes,
that.
thank you so much. Really appreciate you, and do continue to support the Warming House, because they are just a really important part of the cultural ecosystem. So
Well,
I hope you do that. Yeah.
thank you, and support these great singer-songwriters as well, folks. We've posted their websites as well, so go buy some of their CDs and merchandise and whatnot. So, but yeah. So yeah, Letitia, we get one more song from you and one more from Micahel, and let's take it away.
All right. I'm gonna play another brand new one that I wrote off of a riff from David McKinley Ward, who is my partner in crime most of the time. And it's inspired by how, like, whenever there's an opportunity, like a padiddle at a traffic light or something like that, my partner always just pretends to wish, because I'm like, did you make a wish? Did you make a wish? And he never actually makes the wish. And I'm like, how can you just miss the opportunity to make a wish and maybe have it come true? And and it just got me thinking about how like we all kind of have a choice about how we look at the great mysteries of the universe. So the song's called Believer.
Brush the eyelash from your sweet face, a fingertip touching, you blow it away. I can't bear to watch good wishes go to waste. Give me humor, give me grace. 'Cause I'm a believer. Yes, I'm a believer. Libra rising, Aquarius moon, born to the song of the crickets in June. Your heavy nature you carry thus far, but some of your burden can hang from the stars. Yes, I'm a believer. Yes, I'm a believer. Is it falsehood? Is it truth? Is it a choice of the feeling you want inside you? What you call a wives' tale is wisdom at times, a flip of a coin, a roll of a die. 'Cause I'm a believer. Yes, I'm a believer.
Wow. Great song.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, crickets in
Love
June. Man, I want to be right there.
Was that a Dadgad?
Oh, it's an open G.
tuned, Open G. Okay.
Thought I sensed a low C note there. Not an actual C note, but the kind of slackness of the low
Yeah,
string.
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Oh, man.
Really a great feel all
Beautiful
around.
song.
Yeah.
I'm a believer. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yep, eyelash and good stuff. Um, cool. Well, before Michael plays the last song of the night, I want to encourage everyone out there as well who may have joined mid-show or
Oh, yeah.
later that
Oh, I'm looking at the comments now. Sorry. Oh, there's so many cool people I haven't seen in a long time. That's cool.
great crowd out there.
Yeah.
So, but folks, if you joined late, be sure to go back. This will be up on our website or on our Facebook page and our YouTube page for many, many days to come. So, kind of until somebody tells us to take it down, I guess.
Mhm.
But, so, feel free to share this with your friends that might have missed it. And, it's it's been a great hour of music here. So, thanks again to both of you.
Thank you, John. It's really,
thank you.
wonderful. I kind of have a confession. I often am hostile toward the idea of in the round performances.
They're hard.
They can be a little dicey, and so it's best to only do them amongst friends. And I was curious about how it would feel just emotionally doing it virtually, but I actually kind of really love it. So thank you.
This is a good matchup. Yeah, thank you.
Well, good. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. And yeah, we do a little of both. We do sometimes just solo shows, and but I mean, this is kind of just almost a little bit of song, a little bit of check-in, and like connections, I guess. And it's been fun for me to put folks together who don't know each other. I mean, there are times I put people together thinking they might not know each other, and they turn out to be next door neighbors, and that's happened. But or roommates. So anyway, this was fun. So
nice. Well, I'll do my song. I've released a lot of albums with the duo Red Tail Ring, but I only have one solo album. So this is the last song off of my solo album, which came out. There were like so many babies born between when it came out and now. So it was like 2008, it's like a lifetime ago, before we knew so many things. But this one's called Last Song of the Night. And just want to give a shout out to my sister who's watching. She's in an ear training course. So we'll just talk about it. We got the 5 in this one and the 4. And I think, the 1, the 4, I think there'll be some 6 minor. Just Megan, I want to give you the chance to choose, where you think I am. Feel free to write where you think I am in the comments at any given moment. I think that'll really add to people's enjoyment of this song. And then I also want to give some shout outs to my friends Beth and Don in Vermont, and pretty much all my family.
Yes. Hi, Don.
Yeah. And anyone with the last name Beauchamp-Cohen is probably related to me. And so, John, make sure they donate, because, I'm sure I owe them money, but, they should probably donate. Anyway, this has been really lovely, and I'm going to quit talking now, because I'm probably just going to say something that's foolish. All right. Oh, sing it, Michelle, make it a lullaby, then we'll go to bed, or drink or get high. The dark has crept in, and our joys light, and we'll all quiet down for the last song of the night.
go up to Rokeby, where the mountains are high. We'll swim in the Hudson and eat birthday pie. There's only one thing I'm waiting for, when the ghostly hours sigh, that one banjo playing the last song of the night. We'll plant the Three Sisters neath that fiery eye, and I hope to see some corn come harvesting time. We'll square dance and gravel, we'll drink till we lie, but even a drunkard quiets down for the last song of the night. I walk down with a pretty girl, she'll be pretty for some time, but when all that's faded, we'll still have tonight. The band's getting tired, they've been playing real fine, then quietly we request the last song of the line. Her hands are small, but better than mine. She plays on her banjo as if saying goodbye. The years have scattered my friends, yet they sit close by. We sit as we once did for the last song of the night. Dark has crept in, and our joy's light, and we're all quiet down for the last song of the night.
Bravo, bravo,
It's a great,
bravo.
a perfect one to pull out.
Yeah, it's handy.
And now for your next number. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, that was the last one?
Yeah, I have one called Encore. Don't worry. Wow.
Oh, that was great. Hey, I was just seeing some of the comments people were talking about. They could almost hear you singing harmonies on that.
I wish. Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm thinking the next, I mean, I don't know. That's definitely something the technology needs to catch up with, is simultaneous ability. I know my partner is in a choir, and she hasn't been able to sing with her choir for 9 months. And, that's something boy, I wish they could do that on Zoom, because, you could see it almost working, but technology is not quite there.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, thanks again, Michael and Letitia. And
Thanks for having me.
Thanks everybody. Thank you so much for all the friends who tuned in. It's good to see you.
Yeah, we really had a great crowd. Thanks again, everyone, for your donations and for being a part of this. And check out the websites of Micahel and Letitia. Buy their CDs and other cool merch that they might be selling there. Who knows? And we'll see you all again. Check out the Warming House calendar at our website. thewarminghouse.org is where you can find us, and we'll have more shows coming up and other events, and love to have you all be a part of it. So,
Cool. Hey,
Bye.
thank
signing
you.
off. Thanks, everyone.